Welcome to our fourth session of 5-element Qigong to embody and activate your inner healer. And in this session, we are connecting with the element of wood. And as we've been doing in each of the sessions, we've been orienting ourselves to the direction of each associated element. So wood is associated with the east. And it just so happens that as I'm facing you, I'm facing the east. And so you're invited to become aware and orient yourself toward the east or face the east. And when you're connecting to the wood element, to the east, you're connecting to the dawn, the sunrise, the beginning of life, of birth, and that young child stage. You're connecting to the springtime, to wood and to trees and to plants. In the east, and with the wood element, we're connecting with these aspects of ourselves. As we turn inward, we're connecting with our liver and our gallbladder, and with the ligaments and tendons and sinews that hold our joints and bones together. We're connecting with the most vibrant, beautiful color, green. And we're connecting with this archetype of the pioneer, who is a trailblazer. This type of person that embodies the wood element, they are unstoppable. When they have a goal and a vision in mind, they will stop at nothing to achieve it. And the wood element is such this young, youthful, powerful time. It's a noble time. It's when we learn to rise up. It's a time we learn to speak for ourselves. It's a time we learn about our nobility. It's a time where we step into our sovereignty. And with that, there are two animals that are associated with the wood element, the tiger and the dragon. And the tiger and the dragon also teach us about our body and ourselves and about right use of power and how to see the world in a creative way and to connect with the abundance of the universe, the abundance of the plants. Even if you could just look out your window right now and see how many blades of grass or leaves on the tree. There's millions. We live in an abundant universe. So wood element on a positive level, it's connecting you to abundance and to creativity. And when you're connecting also to your body, wood is teaching you to be like a tree so that you can be strong and flexible and resilient. And when you're resilient, you tap into this beautiful longevity practice. So you add not only more years to your life, but more life to your years. So keep all of that in mind as we practice this practice. And imagine yourself walking up into a beautiful forest, up to a path at the dawn, at the beginning of the day. The sunlight is just coming through the canopy leaves of the tree. The golden light is coming through the leaves of the tree, and you are at a gate, at the wooden gate, the gate of the tree of life. And at this gate, the tree of life asks you, what needs to be set down here so that you can fully receive the beauty and abundance that is available to you? And once it comes to you, bringing your feet together with a humble bow, setting aside anything that interferes with your ability to connect to and receive the beauty and abundance available to you. And when you're ready to rise up, feel your feet on the earth, inhaling. And as you inhale, you're drawing in life force, drawing in breath. And you're unfurling your spine, one vertebra at a time, just like a blade of grass or fern. Unfurling, rising up, facing the sunlight, rolling your shoulders back, emerging in this present moment, ready to practice. And before we even step across this threshold, let's connect a little bit more with the wood element. Feel your feet rooting down like you have roots, coming into vertical alignment, feeling the top of your head lifted, the central channel, feeling these two lines running down your legs, across your shoulders, down your arms. Coming into this aligned space. From here, your roots are into the earth, and we are going to just gently rise. So your fingertips are spread. And when you're ready to take a nice inhale, inhale, and gently let your hands grow up as they're rising up. Your feet are planted firmly on the earth, and you're rising, stretching, lifting. And now when you're ready to exhale, just gently turning from your hips and your waist, your mid back, your upper back. Exhale out all the way. Now inhale here, and then exhale a little more. Staying lifted. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, twisting, spiraling to the other direction from your low back, mid back, upper back. Having a nice inhale as you lift a little higher. And then exhale, continue to twist. And then inhale back to center. With your next inhale, we're going to rise a little higher. You're going to inhale and come up onto your toes. Rising, growing, stretching, expanding, just like a new shoot in spring. And then as you exhale, gently fold to one side and look toward your fingers, staying up onto your toes. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, folding, growing in another direction. You're opening up the sides of your body. This is where your liver and gallbladder meridian run. Inhale, back to center, staying on your toes, rising just a little higher. And then exhale, letting the soles of your feet find the earth as your hands just float down with gravity. Throughout this whole session, we're going to be working with spirals and coils and twists and turns. No tree grows in a straight line. So now let's step across the threshold. And we're going to come into our practice of showering qi, where you're going to inhale. Your hands rise. Your body sinks. You exhale. You turn your thumbs over Your hands sink, your body rises. Your palms are now facing toward the sky. You're collecting the sunlight, the universal energy, the cosmic energy. As your body sinks, you're directing this energy now toward your crown. And as you exhale, your hands float down as your body rises. We've done this in every session to start our sessions. So keep all that in mind as we begin. We're inhaling, and we're still remembering that this creates our guardian chi, that this creates our healthy boundaries. We're still connecting to our thumb, being connected to the lung meridian and supporting our immune system. We're still connecting to the action of collecting light and sending it through our body, bathing our brains and our bones. And in this practice, we're noticing the simple, subtle coils and spirals, like right here, and how you spiral and rise, gathering light, bathing your bones, coming into alignment. One more time in silence. Showering chi. So now we're going to bring one hand to your belly and one to your chest. Wave breathing. And as you breathe in, belly, ribs, chest. And then as you naturally exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Breathing slow and deep. A nice full breath. And we're working skillfully with our breath here because the wood element is also connected to abundance, right? And one of the negative sides of abundance is overwhelm and stress. And we're working with the generating cycle, meaning we've gone from metal to water, now to wood. And we know that there's minerals in the water, and the water gives birth to wood because wood drinks the water up through its roots. And then there's another cycle called the controlling cycle. And while wood is associated with all these beautiful things of abundance, generosity, kindness, creativity, growth, there are some aspects of wood that can be very stressful. Wood is associated with stress, with anger, with jealousy, with greed and competition, green with envy. And so we're starting with the metal element here with this wave breathing because metal controls wood. So when we're feeling overly stressed or angry or jealous or competitive or any flavor of that, we can come to our breath to bring harmony to our overzealous wood. Okay, bringing your hands down. We're going to continue with the metal element just for a second. We're going to inhale, letting our hands float up. This is called Buddha holds up the earth, and we did this in our first session with the metal. And today we're doing it like a stretch. So when you get to the top, really feel how your palms are pressing toward the sky. You're looking up toward the sky. Your feet are rooted in the earth. You're standing between earth and sky, just like a tree. And so as you exhale, your hands float down. And they spiral, coil down. At the base, the palms are facing up. And as you inhale, they spiral and coil up. And at the end, the palms are facing up. And since this is a stretch, we're going to move just a little bit faster. Really notice this coil aspect. That's a wood quality. If we wanted to, in the beginning of our practice, we're always cleansing and clearing and detoxing and creating space before we get deeper in. That's why we start with warm-ups and stretches. So if you wanted to, you could bring in the liver sound here. You inhale and stretch, and then exhale with the liver sound. One more. The sounds detoxify. And so this time as our hands come up, leave your right hand up and then let your left hand come down. And now just press one hand toward the sky and the other toward the earth. This is called separating heaven and earth. And as you inhale, fill your lungs nice and deep. And then as you exhale, gently lean toward one side, toward where your fingertips are going on the top hand, and press your two hands away from each other. And you could do the liver sound. When you inhale, you come back to center. You drop your elbow, your top hand drops, your bottom hand rises. There's a beautiful coil here. And you separate heaven and earth. And then as you exhale, you press them apart and you lean to one side. Inhale back to center. Top hand falls. Bottom hand rises. Coil. Press. Separate. Bend. Last one. Drop your hands. And as you do, kind of let your spine coil too. And then you unfurl like a fern, separating heaven and earth. Press. Come back to center. Now we're going to stay with this twisting, coiling, spiraling, detoxifying. This top hand, let this top hand come behind you. And as it does, you gently turn from your waist as if you're following that top hand. It comes behind you. Now this front hand sweeps across your chest and faces toward the back wall. So you're spiraling from your spine. When you inhale back to center, this back hand comes to your chest. And now you turn and look over your other shoulder, and now you spiral. And this time, Press your hands away. One hand's going toward one wall, the other hand's going toward the other wall. And you're pressing away. And you can use the sound. Inhale back to center. Back hand comes to your chest. Inhaling, and then as you exhale, spiral and twist. Press your hands away from each other. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center, letting your hands float down. And one moment I realize I need to turn on this light. Thank you. Now we can knock on the door of life. And this time, as we knock on the door of life, we're always knocking on our kidneys, we're always knocking on our belt channel, every time. But now, as we're opening our body, warming our body, and we're connecting to the wood element, we're going to connect to our liver. So you can open your hands and you can tap on your rib cage. And if you want to do the sound, you can do the sound. And we're releasing stress. We're releasing any like overwhelm and anger and excess. Let's bring our hands to our lungs. And work your way back down, hands wrapping around your ribs. And down to your lower dantian, to your kidneys and your belly. And now let's just stop pounding on our bodies and just let your hands keep doing the same movement. You're transitioning into water waves. And now if you're going to make the sound, do it so it's inaudible. You're doing it inside yourself, almost like a whisper. And you're letting this water be nourishing and cleansing. Bringing yourself to stillness. Sensing and feeling how you feel. And since we're working with the ligaments and tendons that are associated with our joints, we're going to do what we did last time, which is last time we focused on our bones, but this time we're just going to put our mind onto our ligaments and tendons. So you're in vertical alignment, you shift your weight over to one side, you bring your fingers together. And for time's sake, we're going to do this all at once. You're going to spiral and coil your wrists and your ankles. Bringing your awareness to all the attachments around your wrists and your ankles. Moving in smooth, soft, circle, spiraling movements. And bringing your awareness to your elbows and knees, to all the connecting sinews around these joints, bringing fresh life force to them. And your shoulders and your hips, oiling them, nurturing the ligaments and tendons, and bring that energy back. Let it pour down your arms and your legs, back to your knees and your elbows, back to your wrists and ankles. You can shake it out, switch sides, stand up tall, grow tall, root down. And the other side, bringing your mind into your ligaments and wrists, of your ankles, and your knees and your elbows. And into your shoulders and hips. And get creative. Wood element is all about new ways of growing and creating and moving. So get creative at how you can connect with this part of your body. Bring the energy back down, pouring down your arms and your legs, down to your knees, and down all the way down to your ankles and wrists, and let it shake out. And so now we're going to roll out our hips. This time we're going to use our hands. So I'm going to turn around for you to see me. We're going to make big spirals. And so when your hips go forward, you press your hands in. And then when your hips come back, you position your hands to the next spot. You can use your knuckles, you can use your thumbs, whatever feels good. And so when your hips make it forward, you're pressing in. And when your hips make it back, you're repositioning. And so we're just going to make some spirals here. And we're going to press into our sacrum, into our low back. And since the wood element is connected to your nervous system, it's connected to your spinal cord and the nerve endings. So we're wanting to open up our spine. So when we open up our spine, energy can flow more fluidly through the body. And we can enter into a relaxed state, and we can heal. And we can access wisdom. Let's go the other direction. Finding wherever it feels good. I'm going to turn back around. Just keep going, doing what you're doing. And letting that slow down. And since we're working with our spine to free up nerve, working with the nervous system, the ligaments and the tendons, we've gone side to side, twisted, and we've made circles, and we went up and down forward. So now we kind of want to go this lateral way. And this is a fun movement. It's called dog wags the tail. So you're just on one side, you shift your weight, and just think of like a happy little dog. Just like, oh my goodness, have a little smile. And let's like wag your tail and just really try to get the vertebra to move. Yeah. Dog wags the tail. Yeah, shifting from side to side. Helping energy flow up and down our spine. And now just letting that start to slow down. And we'll shake for a second. And we can do the sound here. Thinking of shaking as like a big filter, a big sieve, like you just have all this energy and you're shaking it through. And so when it comes down to the other side, it's like, oh, all the clumps are out. It's all refined, fine. Beautiful energy. And then on top, the treasures are there. Really feeling like where your joints connect, shaking out your ligaments and tendons. Just a little bit more. Shaking out your hips, your belly, anything that jiggles, let it jiggle. And letting that start to slow down. And just sense and feel, feels good. Tingling. If you feel tingling or spaciousness in your body, you're feeling the chi. Now we're going to tap our liver here on the side. Your liver is on your right side underneath your ribs. You're going to tap on your liver. And there's a very classic liver meridian tap for relieving stress and for like, especially when there's a lot of hot energy rising and you want to cool it down and you want it to bring it down. You go like this. You have your hand up from your armpit and you tap the sides of your body down to your hips. Armpit down. Bringing that heat, that hot, agitated, angry, stressful liver energy, bringing it down. Down. Other side. You're becoming your own best healer. One more. Sense and feel. So now there is this whole series, beautiful series of movements with many, many variations of teacups. Teacups are classic spiraling movements that move energy up your spine and out through your whole body. And so for time's sake, we're going to do double teacups. And so what that means is you're going to have your hands in front of you. And they're a little bit hard to explain. It's kind of like do it like this, this, and this. You're going to inhale. Your hands are going to come in. Your fingertips are going to trace your waist. And then they're going to go behind you as you bend forward. Yeah, I'll do it to the side. And then as you spine wave up, your hands come around to the front of you, and then they spiral. And then you inhale, they come back. Exhale, spiral, expand. Inhale, draw 'em in. Exhale. So play with this. At first, it might appear awkward, but the moment you tap into it, it's from nature. It's a very natural movement. You'll find it just takes a second to inhale. Hips back, hands back. Exhale, hips forward, hands spiral above. Inhale, hands come down and back. And you are growing. You're connecting to the earth, and all that energy you were just feeling tingling through your body, you're now sending it through your spine, into your central nervous system, into the ligaments and tendons of all the joints of your body as you breathe. And you unfurl and spiral and coil yourself as you grow in creative and organic, beautiful ways. Beautiful. Really notice the spiral in your arms and in your spine, in your wrists and elbows. That builds resiliency. That builds strength and flexibility. And now do this even slower, even softer. Last one, so slow. Enjoy it. And as you inhale, you're bringing your hands down, and you just go ahead and bring your hands facing your liver. Just send a little love. The energy associated with the liver is green. So feel this green life force, chlorophyll-like energy in the palms of your hands, and sense and feel your liver glowing like an emerald, clear, bright, healthy green light, sending this healing energy. This is how we tune up our bodies to transform one emotion into another. This is how we transform stress into vitality, anger into kindness, envy into generosity. So feeling those words starting to resonate and radiate and ripple into your liver. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're about to meet a dragon. We've come to a transformation place. We've come to a place of kindness. So a dragon is here. Having a nice deep breath. Make your stance a little wider. You're doing a horse stance in any height that feels good. It can be wide, it can be deep, whatever feels good for you. I tend to have short stances. Your hands are pressing. This swimming dragon is a whole collection of movements. We're connecting with one of the movements today. Swimming dragon is almost synonymous with longevity forms. Longevity and resilience, creativity, magic, manifestation, beauty, dragon. So sink down. And so what we're going to do with this, when you're ready, you're going to inhale, and then when you're ready to exhale, shift your weight to one side, and then whatever side you shift it to, let your hands go that same way, and turn your head and look over the opposite shoulder. Now when you inhale, come back to center, and then shift to the other side. Press your hands away. Look over that opposite shoulder. We're going to start off slow. Inhale to center. Exhale. Shift your weight. Press your hands. Ultimately, you're going to try to get that front hand straight. Turn and look over your opposite shoulder. Back to center. Shift. Press. Look. Now, on your own, shifting back and forth. Inhaling to the center. When you do, dip. Exhaling to the side. Now you start to move at your own rate and rhythm. Some dragons like to move fast. Some like to move slow. Some like to change it up. We're looking over the opposite shoulder. So we're doing the twisting. We're creating strength in our stance. And when we're looking over the opposite shoulder, we're creating flexibility. But we're also creating an ability to see things differently. An ability to look at the world in a new way. The wood element is often associated with creativity and problem solving. A few more times. Back to center. Sink a little. Now, moving from your spine, like your undulating spine, you're going to move from your spine and you might dip down. Your hands are staying at your heart at this point. Your hands are staying at your heart and you're going from side to side, undulating, twisting. Like imagine you're becoming like snake-like, dragon-like, searching, swimming through water, growing, sliding up a tree, coiling, twisting, side to side. Now you can start to come up a little and really feel this in your spine and in your rib cage. Because right now, if you're feeling it in your rib cage, you're massaging your liver. And you can start to feel this energy start to come up higher and higher up your spine, up toward the back of your ribs, up your shoulders. Your hands are starting to rise now. They're in front of your third eye. You can go higher. You can go down lower. You can move at any pace. But now let's actually come high, all the way high, and just reach And then bring your hands back to your heart. And then we inhale, open. Exhale, hands touch, heart to the earth. Inhale, hands open, heart to the sky. Exhale, hands touch, heart to the earth. Being inspired, having enough spaciousness now. As you move through in a creative way, you opened up something new. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. Palms touch, sink. Now, beautiful. In the generating cycle, water feeds wood. So we're going to do this movement called watering the trees. So you're just going to gently, just like the fountain we did last session, you're going to hinge at your waist. And then the backs of your hands come close to touching. And then you inhale and you spine wave up. Your elbows drop and your hands open. And as they open, you embrace a tree. And so now we're going to turn to one side. You're going to turn your right on your right heel. You're going to drop your elbows and you're going to press toward the right and open your hands. And when you open your hands, they're open just enough so you can see them in your periphery. And then you're just going to drop your hands, come to center. Inhale, spine wave up, the fountain up. Embrace a tree. Turning on your left heel, drop your elbows, press to the left, open. Drop. This form, let's get this structured. Fountain, embrace the tree, turn on your right heel, press and open. And when you're pressing and open, you feel powerful here, right? It's not a super soft flow just yet. Like this part isn't a super soft flow. Your hands are active. You feel energy in your hands. You feel energy in your legs. And then when you release it, there's a soft, and then right here at the water, super fluid and soft. And then there's a still point. And then when you turn, there's a sense of feeling powerful, capable. And then you drop. And so in life, when we're learning from the wood element, we have this opportunity to push past an obstacle and to clear the way and to see things. The wood element is often associated, think of the top of the tree. At the top of the tree, you can see real clear. So now you push past obstacles and you can see real clear. And now you let that flow through you, whatever you just saw. And you integrate it. And you come to the next. And you push past and you clear the way. You see. And you drop. One more time on each side. In silence. And this last one, the fountain to embrace the tree. And really, actually, let's just let your hands lower down. We'll be at low standing tree. And we're going to come, let's stand here for a moment. Your heels, your weight is shifted toward your heels, top of your head is lifted. And I'm going to bring my stance in just a little bit for this next movement. Letting your breath integrate. Top of your head lifted, feeling your roots. This next flowing movement is called Tree Sways in the Wind. This is a super classic, well-known, popular movement. Trees have a little bit more structure than water, right? So this isn't, it's flowing, and yet there's a structure that it wants to hold. So it's going to go like this. You're going to find your breath. So go ahead and find your breath. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, and then you're going to exhale. And now that space in between, before you inhale, turn to one side. When you're ready to inhale, inhale up, let your hands float up as if they're tracing the leg, your torso, all the way up to the top of your head. And when you make it to the top of your head, your fingers are pointing at the top of your head. And then before you exhale, you turn back to center. And then when you exhale out and you let your hands float down to our starting point. Then before you inhale, you turn again. So inhale. One inhale all the way up. Pause. And exhale, open. Let's just get the structure. Turn, inhale. As your hands float up, your body gently sinks. Pause. Exhale. As you exhale, your body gently rises. Turn, inhale. And your hands are just floating up. This part is very fluid. And then when you exhale, your hands have a nice soft spiral on the way down. So when you're inhaling, your inside hand is tracing your liver meridian from your big toe up through your thigh, up through your abdomen, up to your liver. And then it goes deep inside your body and it ends at the top of your head. So this is where the liver meridian ends, at the top of your head. So when you exhale, you're being like a full-fledged tree, branches and canopy. And now when you inhale again on the other side, your outside hand is tracing your gallbladder meridian. And you're tracing meridians, and I always feel like I'm drawing water, nourishment up from the earth. Now I'm expanding and blooming as my hands float down. Inhale. Inhale this beautiful green light. As you generously bloom and express yourself and share your beauty and your abundance with the world. When you thrive, the whole forest thrives. Inhale. You're drawing out this beautiful green light, this light of kindness, generosity, resourcefulness. drawing the energy up your roots, up your trunk, up through your canopy, out your branches, out through your leaves. And as your hands are floating down, as if you can sense and feel the gentle breeze, sunlight. One more time on each side. Last one. And as your hands float down, just come to embrace the tree. Standing, your weight is toward your heels, top of your head lifted, your belly is soft. I want to show you a few more and share them with you, because now let your right hand extend forward and your left hand float down and then rise up behind you. Like both palms are facing the ceiling. Inhale. Now as you exhale, this back hand, the fingers come right by your ear, right by your eyes, down the middle of your arm, palm over palm. When your hand gets fairly extended, you turn both hands toward the ceiling, toward the sky, and reach. This is called repulse monkey. So you're gathering energy from the sky, you're directing it into your mind, through your eyes, out into your hands, and out into the world. Wood element is all about manifestation. You take an idea and you bring it from this formless idea in through your eyes. You have a goal. You see the goal and you're drawing yourself, your energy, your intention to it to manifest it. And you're manifesting from this cosmic realm while you are firmly rooted on the ground. In practical reality, you are taking these cosmic conscious ideas and you are opening yourself to them. And you're bringing these ideas, setting powerful intentions, and you are bringing them through your body as an instrument to manifest them. Repulse the monkey. This is also about calming the monkey mind. Calming the mind to connect with the Tao, to manifest in alignment with your desires in an organic, natural way. See this as your intentions moving before you. The pioneer is a trailblazer. She creates pathways for other people to follow. Your intentions always follow before you do. So you have a pathway that you're following. Last one. And come back to embrace the tree. Come back to stillness. You put your intention out there. Now you're in your center. And this whole 5-element series is an introduction and an integration. So we're going to go back to watering the wood. Let's go back to watering the wood. This time, make it like a soft, flowing movement. As soft and as fluid as you can make it. This is an introduction and an integration. So just like we've done in the other sessions, we're going to travel to the past for a moment and connect with the wood element and harness the gifts that we have learned since last spring. The gifts that we have learned from the East, the gifts we have learned from the trees, from setting our intentions, from standing in our sovereignty and seeing the world creatively. The gifts we have learned from the dragons. Let whatever you've received feel like you're gathering them into you to integrate as you're going into the past and remembering and bringing them back with you like treasures into this present moment. And as you stand here embracing the tree, just really feel that you've brought something back with you into this present moment. That's what shamans do. They go and they come back with something. And now we're going to travel into the future, into the unknown, into the mystery, maybe all the way to next spring, or the next dawn, or the next walk in the forest. What is the wood element preparing you for? What can you get excited and curious about in your future? Hopeful for? And when you feel them, receive them, gather them here into this present moment. Move as softly and as pleasurably as possible as you move through the mystery. Now returning to embrace the tree, returning with your treasures, with your mysterious treasures. They don't have to be clear. Something to look forward to with excitement and curiosity. And now, bringing your feet close together like we started, pulling down the heavens, integrating this practice. One hand, one breath as your hands rise up. One breath as your hands float down, feeling yourself become integrated. Feeling this practice feel complete. As your Hands float down. They're like a press in a coffee filter. All that energy is wise, has an intelligence. It just knows right where to go. And everything under your hands starts to settle down deep into your bones and into your dantian. And you can direct it toward any place that needs extra healing. Last one. Feeling all this energy coming down and storing into your lower dantian. Everything above your hands is clear, like hollow reed, like a bamboo. Everything below your hands is finding its way to your bio battery or to make its way to the earth to be composted and transformed. Bring one hand over the other, resting your palm over palm on your lower dantian, coming into bamboo in the wind. Feeling yourself spiral all this energy to your center so you feel clear and relaxed, centered and energized. Thank you for this nice long practice with the wood element. Okay, we'll bow out. Right hand makes a fist, left hand covers it. Bring it to your heart. And when you're ready with a humble bow, we bow forward. We bow to each other. Thank you for your practice. We bow to the wood element, to the east, to spring, to the beginning, to the dragon, to the pioneer. We bow to the tree of life, to our teachers, teachers, and the teacher within. And when you're ready, take a nice deep breath. Inhale that into your body, into your instrument, into your vessel, and step back across the threshold into your life. And I invite you to journal. Journal, you can journal about anything. Journal about the gifts of the wood element, the past and the future, about what it's like to transform energy from one state to another. There'll be journal prompts in your learning portal, along with a meditation that guides you to the wood element and to a tree. And I'll see you in our next practice.